I see my good friend Dave Oak sitting over here in his Georgia Red, and reminded me of a story. There were two soldiers that were deep behind enemy lines, and they were caught by the enemy. They were brought before a tribunal on trumped up charges of spying, and unfortunately they were sentenced to death. So they brought them out the morning of their execution, and they asked the Tennessee fan, "Do you have a last wish?" "Yes, I do. I want to hear Rocky Top played loud and proud one last time." I said, "I think we can do that." Then turned to the Georgia fan and said, "And you, sir?" He said, "Please, shoot me first." He'll catch on. He'll catch on. As our esteemed president said, Nicole Austin's our program today, and she serves as Membership Engagement Director. I like that. The Kingsport Chamber. She's been involved in the Chamber since 2001. Started as an intern, then became a full-time employee in 2003. Worked with the Small Business, we call it Small Business Council. Small Business Council. And the Fun Fest program, and then went on for nearly 15 years to serve as the Executive Director of Workforce Development and Government Relations. Government Relations is a tough job. She's a native of Clintwood, Virginia, and she got a bachelor's degree in communication from the University of Virginia College at Wise. In 2010, Nicole graduated from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Institute for Organizational Management. She also graduated in 2006 from the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce Executives Institute and was an instructor for that program for many years. She was the recipient in 2003 of the Business Journal's 40 Under 40, and in 2005 was selected to participate in the statewide Generation Tennessee Leadership Conference for emerging leaders in their 20s and 30s. She's also a graduate of 2 leadership programs, Leadership Kingsport in 2006 and Lead Bristol in 2003. Nicole and her husband live in Kingsport. They have 3 children and a dog, Scooby-Doo. Please welcome Nicole Austin.
You're supposed to just read the first and the last. I gotta use this one, this one. Can you hear me?
Really let her have that mic. That one's not working.
Hello. I got it. I just turned it on. That's all right. Kim back here is very familiar with my dog Scooby-Doo. And David Hawk, I came to hear you and Daryl Duncan speak and sing today. I don't know how I got up here, but that's right. I am with the Kingsport Chamber. I see lots of friends out there in the audience. Many of you have been volunteers with us for years. If you haven't volunteered with us, we would love to have you. We have lots of programs to get involved with. We're going to go through some of those today, and then we're going to talk about our 75th anniversary. We have a big event coming up tonight. It's our 75th anniversary celebration at Meadowview. I hope to see many of you there as well. And I did want to say, back here behind me is Miss Ashley Klein. Anything that you get from the Chamber, Ashley has probably written it, designed it, put it together. She is communications membership and does an amazing job. Yes, please give her a hand. Thank you, Megan. So our membership program, we do lots of different things throughout the year, ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, membership events like our 4th Friday breakfast, network events like after hours. You guys are welcome to attend those events. We have a lot of members, around 750 members, give or take a few, and they're very active and involved in our community. We do lots of things with our members, spotlights, where we sit down and talk with members, 3 to 5 minutes, put that up on all of our social media channels about different things that they're doing in the community. We have a social media presence. I encourage you to go in and follow us on all of our social media channels. We put up-to-date information on there each and every day. And these are some of our annual events that you're probably familiar with. Bob Feekins would not let me out of this room if I didn't talk about our social event of the year, and that's our annual dinner that's coming up in February. It's always the first Friday in February. There are lots of opportunities to sponsor and attend. It's a well-beloved event. We have about 1,700 of your closest friends at Meadowview that night for a fun evening of entertainment. We just finished up our annual Brouhaha, which is a night of pizza, beer, and laughs. We do that at Meadowview, and all of these events are different fundraisers for our programs. Your chamber is a membership organization. However, in order to have all the different programs that we do, we have to do outside fundraising events that are also fun and bring some value to the community. So Brouhaha is one of those. We just finished our annual golf tournament in February. The holiday breakfast is coming up. It's coming up in November this month at Meadowview. There's still an opportunity to get involved with that event if you're interested. And then last year we had the inaugural Tri-Cities New Year's Eve Bash at Meadowview. We are doing that again this year. So if you're interested, come see us on December the 31st. Our Keep Kingsport Beautiful program really does any and all things about keeping our city beautiful. They do grant writing to get beautification of parks. They celebrate people that are doing things outside their business and keeping their business property nice, as well as your residential properties. They do trash busting. You'll see people out at these concerts and any event within the city picking up trash before and afterwards, help keeping our city clean. Grant programs that help, with litter pickup, recycling programs. They do an annual event with fifth graders, conservation camp, where they teach these kids about reducing, reusing, recycling. We do the trash barrel paint-in. These adorable children right here are mine, so they're painting their can at Fun Fest. And these cans you'll see like every couple feet throughout that festival, so that you don't have to walk far to get to a trash can. There's a science behind that. We want everybody putting their trash in trash cans. So that's part of what our Keep KKB program does. Our COSB program stands for Kingsport Office of Small Business Development and Entrepreneurship. We started this program around 2004, 2005. They do small business counseling, help small businesses learn how to write a business plan. They do different seminars and webinars with business training throughout the month, every month. That's a free service that we offer to our small businesses. They do data collection with different surveys that help us understand our small business community and what they need. They are also plugged in with the state. They're a Tennessee Small Business Development Center office, and they do the COSBs, which is our Small Business Awards celebration that happens every December. So they're really doing a lot for our small business community here in Kingsport, because that's what makes up the bulk of your business community here is small businesses. Education workforce development programs. We have programs in everything from elementary, middle, high school that are working with these students, getting them plugged in, active, and engaged in everything from career and technical education opportunities to foreign languages, our Tennessee Virginia Scholars Program, so that they are ready to become the workforce of the future. We're getting these kids in the pipeline. Of course, we want them to graduate from high school here, go to college here, and come back and return to the workforce here. That is our primary goal, and here's some of the events that they do throughout that program. Our leadership programs. Mayor, do you recognize this kid over here? I didn't know you were going to be here today, but that's my oldest child, Braden, with our SCREAM program. That's a summer program that we do for middle schoolers. We have SCREAM 1, which is for your rising 6th graders, and then your 7th and 8th graders can participate in SCREAM 2. We have an adult leadership program. That's Leadership Kingsport. I know many of you are graduates of that program as well. It goes from August to May every year, where we're learning about different things in our community. We take groups to Nashville for a day on the Hill. They learn about healthcare, education, any and all things that happen in our community. We have a Shout program. These are for 11th and 12th graders that they can learn leadership skills. And then once you graduate from the Shout program, you can become part of the Mayor's Youth Council that are involved in our city government and advising them on some of those things as well. We recently, in the last 2 years, took on the Peak Young Professionals program. So they do monthly coffee clubs and other educational opportunities, as well as community service in our community. Our Visit Kingsport program has lots of different things under that umbrella. Heads in Beds is a good way to describe them, but they really do a lot more than that. They are the city's tourist arm. They do different events throughout the year as far as AAU, USSSA, these sporting conferences, other things like Red, White, and Boom, which is the first year of that. That was our 4th of July celebration. They do the Twilight Alive Downtown Concert Series that happens on Broad Street every year. They raise the money and hire the talent, and so staff support that event. And they just had the Wing Fling, which is last night. Did anybody go to Wing Fling? Anybody? That was a lot of fun. They had quite a few people over here at the farmers market with different wings from different places here in Kingsport. They also bring in conventions. So if you're part of another organization that maybe you're traveling to Nashville or Memphis or somewhere else within the state to host a convention or be part of a group, we would love to help you get that here in Kingsport. We have a Bring It to Kingsport program where Lara Potter will work with you to get your convention here and help you find things for them to do, put them on bus tours and other things that brings visitors into our city. So they work very closely with our hoteliers to bring people into our city so that they're eating in our restaurants, staying in our hotels, and feeding back into our economy. Downtown Kingsport Association became part of your chamber a couple years ago. So this is now one of the programs that, instead of being a separate organization, they're here within your chamber. They do things like a monthly shop and a hop. That's the downtown Kingsport area. If you're a merchant in downtown, Robin Cleary will work with you to get specials and other things that get people into your shop. I think it's usually the first Thursday of every month from 5 to 8 p.m. A lot of those shops stay up a little bit late for that event. They also do the Wine and Whiskey Festival, which just happened in October. They did the trick or treat on the street. She works on a lot of merchant issues. So if you have a downtown business, I suggest getting in touch with Robin Cleary, and she can help get you plugged into that program. Moved to Kingsport. This really was born out of the state. We wanted to formulate a program that would help people move here. I'm sure everybody in this room knows Jeff Fleming. He now works with us on this program to figure out how many people are moving here. We'll do realtor tours for those that are interested in moving. Here we can set you up with, if you're interested in finding out about the schools, if you are an organization that's looking to hire someone, you want to bring them in, they will put together a program that tells them all about our area and help you recruit that person here. Our hospital system uses them quite a bit, as well as other businesses, to recruit and retain people to our community. Jeff Fleming's now part of that. He's doing an amazing job, as well as Lara Potter and Chelsea Ketron. We have a lot of people moving into our community in the past couple years. Fun Fest, I think everybody knows what Fun Fest is. It's 9 days. Here is Fun Fest by the numbers. Fleming was also our chair of this event. We had 90 plus events this year with 9 new events. Over 1,500 rides on our carousel during that time, 400 trash barrels painted, 40 food vendors, 32 block parties, visitors from 32 states. We collected 15 tons of garbage, had 3,000 plus participants in the Crazy 8 road race, and over 100 plus parade entries. It's 9 days of fun. It's over 40 years old. It's been going on for a long time. Its original intent was for community unity, to bring together people in our community, and I think they've done an excellent job of doing that over the past few years. A couple of events, Jelly Ball, that's a new member of ours, and that's my daughter just annihilating the competition in her age group. Of course, everybody associates Fun Fest with breakfast with the balloons and the balloon glow and some of those things. We get balloonists in here from all kinds of other areas, 12 plus states, to put on these balloon glows. This adorable kid up here at the Days Gone By, that's my youngest son, Grayson, and of course we have Leonard Skinner down here in the corner. It's my presentation, so I can put my pictures of my kids in there. It's probably not the last time you're going to see them. Healthy Kingsport, it was completely designed to help create a healthier community. We got some statistics back years ago that said we weren't that great of shape as a community as far as obesity levels, smoking cessation, and other things that needed to happen. So we started the Healthy Kingsport program. We were one of the first ones in the state. Now there's other healthy communities throughout the state. They do things like walking program, Fit and Pharmacy over here at the farmers market, where if you walk a mile, you get tokens and you can receive fresh produce for that. They do water fountains in schools where your kids can get filtered water. They raise money and did grants to get water programs inside the schools. Here they are doing yoga in the park. They do a big expo, the Healthy Expo, that happens usually every September. So they're doing a lot to improve the health statistics in our community, and they will work with you on becoming a certified Healthy Kingsport workplace, and things that you can do to reduce your sugar intake of your employees and other things to get them on a good path to health. Our government relations program, we have a great government relations program. They do a lot of things throughout the state. They bring in our legislators to speak with our chamber members and open those up to other community things. We have a legislative barbecue, which David Hawk is used to putting on his apron and joining us for that event, where you can come out and listen to your legislators talk about what happened during the session. The bottom picture here, we kick off our session every year with a legislative breakfast. And we do other events, like invite the governor to come speak a few times a year. We have a legislative affairs committee that gathers around a table every Wednesday morning throughout session and has a conference call with our legislators, talks about what's happening in Nashville, what bills are up. They take positions on those bills and share that information with our legislators. And then in the second hour of that call, they gather around a conference table in Nashville and call us, and we go through all of those things with them. So we're always on the same page about what's coming up, what's happening, and the business community's stance on those things that are happening. This year they did a DC fly-in for the first time in about 15 years, so that was a lot of fun. We took some individuals up to the Capitol to learn about their federal government and meet with a lot of their representatives as well. We do get out the vote efforts that sends out to our membership, encouraging people to go vote, letting you know where you can vote, letting you know how to register to vote, and just lots of other things. That's a very, very active program that's very plugged in at the state level. Santa Train, we know Santa very well. I always tell my kids, you better behave because I have a personal relationship with Santa. I don't know if any of you guys know who this guy up here in the top corner is. Here's Santa Train is running this year. It is a long-standing tradition. How many years, Dawn? Is 80? 80. This is the 80th running of the Santa Train. So it began as a way to say thank you to the residents of Southwest Virginia and Kentucky because they would come to Kingsport to shop. They formulated this group and started taking toys out there by railway, and it's just stuck, and it's happened ever since with the exception of the last couple years. Obviously, the train did not run in 2020 and has not run since 2019, so we're excited that it's back on the tracks again for this year. And that's my dad back there in the top corner. He was excited the year he got to ride the train. So this is your Kingsport Chamber's 75th year. We have been celebrating all year long. We started actually last November at our State of the Chamber Holiday Breakfast, which is coming up again this month. And we've done little projects throughout years. We partnered with Marsh Regional Blood Bank for a big blood drive. They are also 75 this year. TEC Industrial is also 75 as well, and we partnered with them for a big membership event. We did an activity at Kids Central during Fun Fest. Again, that's my daughter with the sunshine. We promoted it throughout our golf tournament. We had a membership appreciation event, which is what this is. We had over 150 members that showed up that night for a night of music and fun and food and just fellowship. We celebrated at our brouhaha, and then tonight we have our big 75th anniversary celebration, which is the last big event. It's at Meadowview tonight. We have 3 world-acclaimed Broadway stars that are coming in to perform with our Symphony of the Mountains Orchestra, as well as our DB Chamber Choir. It's been a fun year just celebrating with all of you in the different community events. And we do have a sculpture that we're commissioning to have made for the city that we're going to be giving back as well. Here's some different proclamations and ways that we've celebrated. The mayor was so kind to give us a key to the city and celebrate us at a BMA meeting. We also had our a proclamation from the state, so thank you, Representative Hawk, and your team on that. You'll see different banners right now down Center Street and all the way up Fort Henry that's celebrating your 75th year. There's billboards and other things that are happening, and Kingsport City Schools is also recognizing your chamber at their next board meeting for our 75th anniversary. We also planted 75 trees for 75 years through our Keep Kingsport Beautiful program that happened last week. And at the State of the Chamber Holiday Breakfast, we're going to highlight 75 achievements of your Kingsport Chamber throughout those 75 years. I've already told you about this, but there it is. They're amazing talents. I hope to see some of you there. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Mayor, yes.
I know you can speak loudly enough, but we can ask